46 is brought to you by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrum's optometrist since 1990, offering full-spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300. News is also brought to you by Assemblyman James Oscarson, the voice for veterans, seniors, and education, now and in the future. The conservative choice, fighting for your rights. Paid by the committee to re-elect James Oscarson. News is also brought to you by Lorinda Wickman for Nye County Commissioner, District 1, a qualified and dedicated professional who understands our challenges and is here to serve the people. Vote to re-elect Lorinda Wickman for Nye County Commissioner, District 1. Paid for by the supporters of Lorinda Wickman. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight on News 46, 3 Memorial Day services were held in town.
A motorcycle rider is airlifted following a crash.
And police are asking for help to identify a suspect. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Zach Reinert and Eunette Gentry. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 46. Local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, May 31st, 2016. I'm Zach Reinert.
And I'm Eunette Gentry for News 46.
Well, we hope you had a pleasant Memorial Day weekend. And all of us here at KPVM TV and KA's Country Radio want to thank those who have given their lives in service to our country. Here are some of the highlights of the events at the Veterans Memorial at the Chief Tecopa Cemetery from yesterday.
Several Memorial Day services were held throughout Pahrump, one at G.G. Sweets Veterans Memorial on the corner of Gamebird and Money Streets, another by the VFW post held at the Chief Tecopa Cemetery inside the Veterans Memorial. A third memorial event was held shortly after by the Disabled American Veterans in honor of Andre Butch Harper, who passed away last February.
As our regulation tells us, for the purpose, among other things, of preserving and strengthening those kinds of fraternal feelings which have bound together the soldiers, sailors, and Marines who united to suppress the rebellion.
On this day, forever consecrated to our heroic dead, we are assembled once again to express sincere reverence. This grave or monument represents the resting places of many departed comrades who served in all wars.
You know, we honor every one of our veterans today, past, present, and future. Today, in this special day, is not just the barbecues, it's not just the celebrations that we have. It's in somber honor that we glory for our veterans.
Memorial Day and Veterans Day and all those where we honor our veterans. I'm so grateful to be a part of this community where we have so many active veterans. We have many things to be thankful for.
Frank Carboni, I am Nye County Commissioner. You can throw stones if you wish. I'm going to speak a little bit about history. I'm going to speak a little bit about each one of the wars that I can tell you about. The one I'm most familiar with is the one I was involved in, which is the Vietnam War.
I have a message I'd like to read to you. It's from Butch Harper's daughter. She lives in the Chicago area, and she and the family were not able to travel. So she asked me if I would read this about her father. I want everyone to know, too, Butch Harper and I were very close friends. But Butch Harper was a close friend of everybody. I don't think there was anybody that wasn't a friend of Butch Harper. So when we lost him, we lost a friend.
Many of you may not have seen it. We were supposed to have it covered up, but there is a plaque here on the west wall there commemorating Butch Harper. And after the services are over, we asked you to stop by and take a look at it. A lot of this was done from the Veterans Memorial Advisory Committee. It was chaired by Colonel Alice Luber.
Once again, we'd like to thank the families of all of our fallen heroes for their sacrifice. And unfortunately, it was a busy Memorial Day weekend for emergency crews. One 18-year-old riding a small motorcycle was severely injured when he hit a vehicle head-on on Highway 160 near Country Place.
Saturday morning, we were dispatched for a report of a injury motor vehicle accident. As we were en route, we were notified that in fact it was a motorcycle versus a car, and the conditions described to us en route were that the motorcycle had attempted to pass another vehicle and struck the oncoming car head on. Upon arrival, we found a large debris field from the motorcycle, which had been separated with great damage to the front end. There was a rider of that bike laying on the roadway. Based on those circumstances and also our observations, we brought Mercy Air 21 to the north end of the Calvetta Meadows Airport, where we transferred patient care, and then we briefly assisted the NHP and NCSO with the investigation.
The rider was not wearing a helmet.
It's my understanding that the rider was not wearing a helmet at the time of the collision.
Was anybody inside the vehicle injured?
There were no injuries. There were some shaken up individuals and significant front end damage to that vehicle.
Fire Chief Scott Lewis spoke to us about an accident that occurred on Highway 95.
Friday, we were dispatched a report of a one-vehicle rollover on the Highway 95 just south of the 160 interchange. Upon arrival, we found one vehicle off of the roadway. It had rolled over. It was resting upright. However, it was straddling a small wash, so the crews had to be extremely cautious. Our scene size up revealed that the driver, was still trapped in the car, and we had to perform a driver's side door pop to allow us access to that patient. We utilized additional crews, that being the EMS engine, myself, and a medic unit, to remove that patient from the car, get him safe up to the ambulance, and then we had Mercy Air 21 arrive at the scene.
And just one patient?
One patient who is then flown by Air 21 to trauma.
Another accident in town and an accident near Crystal. We'll have more after the break.